All right, what it do, family? It's your favorite host, Mike on the mic, joined by
your favorite girl, Sacoya.
And that guy, Monte.
And welcome back to the Vibe Perspective Podcast, where today we're doing a Vibe album review. And this time, on our marquee, you can see it, and we're really doing it. It is called Goat Cheese by Shaw Calhoune.
Yeah,
man. So, this is actually my first project that I intently reviewed of Shaw Calhoune. I had went back and did my research, listened to the Rudy tape. Rudy tape was really good, so I was like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to listening to Goat Cheese." And this one didn't disappoint me. I'm glad that I got reached out to by Danny Nono. Shout out to Danny Nono. And he was like, "Hey, we have an artist, and he is boom pap, and it's great lyrics, great beats." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Send over the beats," and everything was definitely to my liking, and I'm glad you sent it. So let's get right into this album, Shaw Calhoune, Goat Cheese. The first song on the album is called Alternaria.
Back at it. It's Big Ella.
All right, man. Big Ella has returned. Man, this project is it's starting off on a good note for me. Of course I love boom bap. I'm a real purist when it comes to hip hop, so I love that somebody is really focused on getting these bars off. What did you guys think about this first track?
Honestly, for me, as far as the whole album itself, I wasn't really sure what to expect as far as a boom bap, album with Maryland influence or who what have you. But I like the first song. I think it's a good opening song. For whatever reason, it sounds familiar. The album itself or these songs, they seem familiar to me. I don't know why. Not sure if that's good or bad or what, but I liked it. I thought it was a decent opening.
Yeah, I can agree. I think it was definitely a good opening. I think the feel of the songs is very you feel me, chill in the car, kind of smoking music, bob your head type joints. I definitely feel the nostalgia feeling of some of the bars too, like the sun, because you signed one joint, and a couple other bars throughout the album. He kind of pulls some nostalgia, like you said, old school, purist hip hop kind of influences. Just meshing them into there, and I think it does a great job of kind of paying homage to an original style, but then adding a little bit of flavor onto it. So I think it was overall a good opening song, just kind of saying this is me, this is what I am, this is what I'm about. This is what this is what the album gonna be about. So.
And he quickly makes the assertion about his competitors, like how everybody's starting to rap like him. And I like that sort of bravado and that opening the album talking about these my sons, and like you mentioned, this is kind of where the competition stands, and I've already been the leader of the pack, and he's establishing that early on for someone who hasn't been a follower yet. I mean, I'm definitely on board now, but yeah, I like that. And then his very next assertion, he makes a mention of the vets and the rookies, and I like how he juxtaposes himself within those two things. It's almost like I'm rapping at a level that's more like one of the vets, but I'm still up to date, and I'm the rookies, these younger cats who are kind of getting into the game. I'm certainly making sure I'm establishing where I stand, and I'm the god amongst men here. And I love that talk. I love that kind of talk. And one of my standout lyrics was certainly hitting hard no trees and all funnel. I turn heads like Westbrook walking through the tunnel.
I was making sure.
Boy.
I thought I heard that right. I thought that's what he said.
Yeah.
The last part is kind of can you really hear? I had to turn my volume up. What he say? But yeah.
Oh yeah. Next project we're certainly getting lyrics. We're certainly getting lyrics because I want to really dive as deep as I can into a lot of the metaphors he's using. And he has bars. He has things you have to sit down and kind of consider oh that was crazy, Right. Yeah. So I would like to get into that. But yeah, definitely a good start. That song goes to the next joint, which is called Mondavi.
Cold Adam. Look at you throwing tantrums like a damn madam. I'm too solid to carry, give niggas back spasms. Yeah, forever solo, fucking tandem.
Yeah, man, man, this beat is so hard. Like this beat, it feels like an Alchemist sort of feel. Like the production level. And that's like, I don't compare people to Alchemist often, but it felt really similar. Like it almost, I could see a lot of artists on this same production. And shout out to whoever produced the song. Shaw Calhoune definitely chooses his beats wisely. And I'm starting to see that early. And a lot of the sports references he's making is like...
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I love all of that shit. Like, I love the, call me execution like I'm B-Hop. What was it? KD from 3. I'm never... What was it? I think I'm never off or something along those lines. And it was like, I'm Khalil with the Mac. Like, he's like... he's really witty with these like sports bars, and I appreciate that because it tells me like he's a fan. He's probably watching. I actually would love to give at least his opinion on where the NBA finals are going, or like kind of where the NBA is right now. And Pat Beverly with his his crying face. What did you guys think about this next joint?
For this one, I like this one, but it's something for me that's missing, and I can't put my finger on it. But I feel like it could be addressed with just a longer project. Like, I just need to see the direction. Like, you have an album that's centered around, like, a concept or something like that. Like, one main concept.
I think there was a concept here. It might be a long shot, but I feel like that it's... Like, goat cheese is almost like... It's almost giving you the concept, but it's not really giving you the concept. So I feel like he's trying to do high-class things. Like, I think he's trying to make the connection that like all of these songs are like high class joints. So it's like goat cheese like a fine wine, like high class sort of things. I think a lot of these the names of the joints are like reminiscent of like high class, like if you're like a dinner party when they had like the goat cheese next to the fine wine or whatever. And I think he's trying to do like luxury sort of boom bap beats. It almost feels like it's gritty, but he's able to like, I'm not sure if it's his vocal quality or like how it's mixed over, but it almost feels like he's taking a luxury approach with like some of the high class bars. Whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure, but at least that's what I picked up. So I mean,
I can definitely agree with that. And I was gonna say the same thing. Like the names of the songs are all like high class materials. Even the subject matter of the songs.
He's a sommelier. I think Master Sommelier is one of the joints too.
Even like in the lyrics of the song, he's like y'all just another trophy on the fixture against the greats. I'm already in the picture. Type
exactly.
Thing. Like, he's just trying to set himself apart from everybody else who, like you were saying, is trying to copy his style or trying to be in that same type of lane. He letting niggas know like I'm different.
Right. Yeah.
And I felt that.
Yeah, I will say that I can see what you guys are saying. I get that. I feel like for how short it is, I feel like he's definitely getting what he wants across in that short amount of time. But I still kind of want to see what we can do with a longer kind of... Is boom bap really short, or is it
not necessarily, but I think it might be almost neo boom bap in a way, because like nowadays we have really short songs to kind of beat the algorithm of streaming. I'm not sure what his intention is, but I think making shorter songs is definitely more beneficial to someone who is on DSPs. But also, I don't think it takes much nowadays to make a really good song. Like, I think a lot of the songs we hear are under 2 minutes or, like just barely 1:45. It makes you want to play it more. Which I played this album like probably at least 20 times.
Yeah, you don't have a...
I feel like he uses a lot of punchlines too in conjunction with those like shorter song styles.
Stand out little moments,
Exactly. Yeah, to kind of play to that streaming era where sometimes you might only hear a snippet of the song.
Right.
But it don't matter what snippet you're gonna hear, that shit gonna be fire.
It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go.
I'll just hear caption after caption after caption after caption.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely get it. I don't know. I'm just thinking of further down the lines.
You know who he kind of reminds me of, and this is in the best similarity as possible. Your old Droog, YOD. We done the God Fahim and his project Wolf on Wall Street. I love YOD's approach to songs. That's why I really fuck with him as an artist. I think he has like a really high level IQ when it comes to approach on certain beats. And I think he's choosing these beats appropriately to put a lot of these metaphors, a lot of these like hit moments to kind of like on purpose. I think it's intentional. And I think just like YOD, that's why I fuck with him, because he not only has a great rap voice and he's a great spitter, but like his approach to a lot of these boom bap joints is just like second to none. You can't teach that. You can't really teach how to approach like this sort of. You got to be really a purist. So shout out to him. Shout out to his rap ability. One of my standout lyrics is the Gregory Hines with the lines, "I'm always on tap." Ooh boy. Ooh boy. If you don't know who Gregory Hines is, like I instantly heard that, I was like, yo, this guy's putting together some things. That goes into the next song, which I made mention of before, Master Sommelier.
Hey, yo, my attitude is something to change when the rain
Man.
I would just like to say that this album taught me new words. And I'm grateful.
It's always about learning something new. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The bars are there.
Words. I love words.
Yeah. Man.
Also, the fucking horns in this
was
song.
one of my favorite ones on there.
Yo.
It was only
I felt like a Griselda feature was coming.
Bro.
Like, hey yo. I felt like Wes was about to come on this joint. You know what I'm saying? And that speaks to like that energy of like, if you really tapped into that boom bap energy, you're gonna sustain these feelings when we hear these songs. Like it's gonna feel like the birds is back.
I feel like that's why I felt like it was familiar. Like I felt you could put a few people on it and it'll still go. You know, they'll complement it very well.
I like the fact that in a couple of these songs that are coming up too, like in this one specifically though, like he does this breath in between verses, like he lets it like marinate.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's so effective. Like I didn't even appreciate it until like maybe the third time that I heard the album, and I was like, yo, like he'll drop a smooth bar on you, and then just like back off, let the beat breathe, come back again with another crazy verse. Like, why haven't I heard this guy before?
Right, and it's intentional too.
Yeah, like it's all intentional.
And he recognized that, and then he named the song Master
Sommelier.
Yeah,
it's a mastership.
Like, yeah, I'm the master at this wine shit. I can, you feel me? I can just like you said, pitch these bars, let that shit breathe, take a sip. You feel me?
Take a sip.
And that shit gonna hit you like a moment.
That should certainly be the bonus joint. One of the bonus tracks we call "Take a Sip" for sure.
For this. Like, I was going to comment on what I was saying earlier. One of y'all said it, but about just, like, the lyrics that he's actually using and being able to pick out and actually know what they are. Like, I'm not sure how old he is, but usually, like, I feel like with older artists, it's like they pull out stuff and you're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I got to go Google it or something. But for here, it's real, like, especially for this song, a lot of the lines that he has are real. Like, it's easy to pick them out. And I really like that because being a new artist coming into like listening, not a new artist, but being a new person coming into listening to like the boom bap kind of sound, y'all gotta cut me some slack a little bit. My mind is catching up. but yeah, I definitely fuck with this one heavy.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from the joint was it was already conquered before a nigga came. I freestyle like Sacoya, yeah, bring the pain. Pretty what they called him. He's not no Fontaine. Straight stomping with the big dogs like Martin Payne. Like Pretty Ricky, what they called him.
Pretty wicked.
Okay.
That's man, one of my favorite Martin references. Man, and then of course, like I freestyle like Takao. Like shout out to Method Man first of all. I just love that he's establishing a lot of background in a lot of these bars. Like he's a hip hop head, clearly he's a purist, clearly he loves sports, clearly he's way better than his competition, clearly, and he's giving us a lot of things. As like you said, for a new listener, this is the perfect way to introduce them to yourself as an artist. Like you're already setting the groundwork for a lot of important things for people to latch on to. Like, oh, I love sports, or I love WWE, I love
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Like, man, like all of these moments I feel like I can pull these out. I can keep pulling these out, and I actually think that I think this is like the first EP he's dropping. I think he's slated to drop another EP, which I'm certainly looking forward to. He's slated to drop 2 albums. Or EPs, I should say. It's supposed to be this one and another one coming out. So I'm curious to see what the next one's going to be. If it's going to be a lot more of these sports references, if it's going to kind of carry a lot more of these kind of themes over, and if there's any continuity. It would be pretty dope if they are connected in some way. Yeah. goes crazy. That's one of my favorite joints as well. That goes to the next song, which is called Blind Taste.
Real talk, I'm trying ill with the slick talk. Body count increase, the feds ran out of damn chalk. Calculated moves while I'm keeping the pin sharp. Niggas roll the...
Man, instant ugly face when this comes on. Instant ugly face. I'm in the car. I'm like, yo, I'm going crazy. Instant ugly face. What did you guys think about this song?
Definitely hard ass lyrics. The beat supported it, held it up 100%.
Fire. The beat is beating.
Yeah, yeah. That bass in that bitch just got
just
you,
like Mandavi,
like
that joint
boom.
is
Like,
crazy. Yeah.
As soon as it come on, you just like in your head, you know you gotta listen to what's coming out.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some fire ass shit. So.
Yeah, goes crazy.
All I'ma say is they ain't ready when I go rogue. I give them 3/16 like I'm Stone Cold.
Did he put 3 verses in the song too? I think it might be 3 verses in the song too.
I go back and count.
Like I gotta go back and count.
Yeah.
But boy, even with the 9s, I'm on my bullshit like Levine, which was like so well said because you're talking about Zach Levine, but Levine is so hard. Like in that bar, I'm on my bullshit. Come on,
wordplay there.
Like, come on, like crazy, fucking crazy.
Level.
Nobody came to see you. Yeah, I'm Young Ruffin. See, I thought you would have pulled that one out.
I did. I did. Head down, never crunching. It's no discussion. I got that one,
bruh. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah, from the last one, you skipped that Low Down Dirty Shame one too.
That's
that was perfect.
Man, I told y'all, man.
It goes crazy.
Nostalgic lines.
Yeah,
goes crazy.
That black culture in there. You feel me?
It's crazy.
Movies.
He tapped in.
Yeah.
And I fuck with the fact that he's tapped in. And he can use a lot of these references. I love movie references in hip hop because they're just cultural staples.
Yeah.
And you know,
I get it. I'm a movie person. I can get that.
And it keeps people. It keeps you engaged. You feel me?
It feels like he's a movie guy. It feels like movie sports guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I will play this till the cows come home. Until the next joint comes on, which is called Corsair, Full Body.
The K-Fly, catch your own lives like AI. Never letting shit slide. Only fuck niggas who switch sides. That's why I did me without the K.
Opening lines. Lyrically, I let the K-Fly catch our own lives like AI. What a way to start the outro of the album. Like,
a few of the songs he start out swinging for real though.
Swinging
I'm loving how he just like picks an instrument and just lets that bitch
it go.
Sing.
Lets
through
it
the
just
entire
do
song.
its thing. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, for sure. He has an ear for these beats. Like, I'm sure he has like 100, 200 beats in front of him, and he's like, no, that one, like this one right here is the one.
That's the sound I need behind my voice.
Yeah, like he is very aware.
That's what's going to compliment my
super
shit.
Aware of this. If I can tell, like it's too intentional for him not to be aware of these things, and like he's really talking his shit. And I think you start the album talking your shit, being bravado, giving you the I'm better bars, and you finish the album on that same type of energy. Like start the same way you're gonna finish. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I do like the fact that he also makes this dog reference, like the Cocker Spaniel pit bull reference. And it's funny because every time I hear a dog reference in a song, I think they're talking about guns. Why? Because of Nori. Every time Nori put a dog reference in his song, I'm hearing he's talking about like a 22, like he was trying to duck the feds and not letting them know it's coded language. Like every time I talk about dogs, I talk about some sort of gun, and every different sort of dog is a different kind of gun. So every time I heard it, I was like, is there something there? I'm always open to this now, like because it's coded language. We getting back to this place where we like we putting our bars under wraps, so I definitely fucked with how he approached this joint. I'm like Chappelle when they scrutinize, they run every line like suicide. Like, man, this these bars, man. What did y'all think about the ending of the album? And yeah,
that was one of my other favorite ones. Like it was. I'm tired of these fucking snakes. I'm Samuel on this track because I'm on the scramble like Young Rambo. That's where he did another wordplay thing.
It's hard. That was hard.
Keep going, but that's all you need.
Yeah, right. You just do the whole verse. Whole verse. Yeah, man. This definitely was
Solid project.
a super solid project. Like the Rudy tape was already fire, so I knew I was in for something good. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. It was like, yeah, okay, we swinging. And I know this next project that he's about to drop is gonna be an even bigger swing, which I'm super excited again to listen to when it drops. And we usually give our Vibe album reviews a rating, individual ratings, and then we do all of those together to come up with our overall rating. And here is our rating scale. So I will start with this album. I think that, this being my first album I've reviewed for Shaw Calhoune, I wanted to really dig into all the details. Like, I listened to the songs multiple times. I listened to everything, no skips, just kind of in a full collaborative project, and it's a collection of songs. And from that, I think that I'll give this album a solid 8. I actually think this was a good album. I wish I could have reviewed the Rudy tape before when it was like fresh. But I'm sure he'll have more things in the future.
Yeah.
But I probably would have given that a similar rating. I actually liked the Rudy tape a little bit more, only because of all of the pimp references was like, it was fire. It was great.
It was longer too.
And all the background samples, it was dope. I like the 70s kind of like, funk sort of era. So yeah, I definitely enjoy both those projects. But I'll give this one a solid 8. Man, wordplay, lyricalness, like purest hip hop, like just vibes, like the entire album, bars, all good beats, all album. And keep choosing your beats the way you have been, because Lord, you're doing something right. Yeah, what did you guys think?
So I'm going to rate this a 7.5. I think that there's definitely more in store, and I'm definitely looking forward to listening to what you bring into the table. You got me hooked with this one, so listen, you got a fan, so what's up? 7.5.
Yep. Also, I think great beats. Like I said, I think he had like a kind of variable selection where he kept that kind of boom bap energy, but he just like picked one instrument per song and then just let that just kind of carry his voice and take the song to a different level. Very quotable lyrics, high lyrical content, not just, in it for the punchlines type deal. Definitely, it is one of the first projects I've heard by him as well. Interested to see him what he has coming out next. I give it a solid 7.7.
Okay, 7.7.
We added other numbers.
Well, that was all of our individual reviews, and our overall review rating will be up there. Yeah, Shaw Calhoune, Goat Cheese, from the Vibe Perspective Podcast, coming to you here. We'll see you next time. Peace.